Hello, it's Zamasu here bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we're going to be taking a look at TEQ Tapion with his EZA versus the Red Zone Fusion Zamasu stage. So obviously this one is still the stage that gives people probably the most grief overall on Global, and we're going to try it out here, see how we can get on with Tapion. Of course, we want to try and get as many rainbow orbs of him as possible, so we grab these for Piccolo. There you go, perfect. So we can get 3 rainbow orbs, which means he's going to have a 50% chance to dodge. Now, obviously, being a tech unit against the int AOE boss, he is basically going to be relying on these dodges in order to survive here. But it'll be interesting to see how much damage he will take. Hopefully, he doesn't just get supered, of course. But if he doesn't dodge a post-super normal attack, be interesting to see how well he's actually able to tank for against this Zamasu. But the AOE, pretty much we need to dodge. There we go. And then Goku, 70% dodge in slot 3. That's what we like to see. So 6.5. Now, he does get a decent set of links active with Piccolo. Okay, there's 0 damage. All right, and there's the dodge. So, I mean, in terms of why you would run him on a team, we kind of talked about this in yesterday's video where I showcased him on the Movie Heroes team with this Super Saiyan 3 Goku. That's kind of what he's there for, right? Is just to give that support and juice up this Goku. Are you serious? Of all the attacks he dodged. Now, fortunately, post-Super Saiyan 3 Goku has like 800k plus raw defense. He literally dodged every single attack except for 1 normal and then the super. You'll love to see that. So we are able to survive. But yeah, like we talked about in yesterday's video, just showcasing Tapion off on this team with Goku. He's there just to provide the support, right? So you're not normally going to be keeping him on rotation. So, you know, unless you get a starting situation like we got for this run, you're probably not going to have him together with the STR Piccolo very often, because if you're using him as well, both of them are on the team to be 3rd slot floating units. So it's realistically only going to be within the first few turns when you're sort of fixing up your rotations that he's actually going to get, you know, the chance to be linked up with that Piccolo. So we can get our 6 orbs for Goku, which is cool. And then we've already got a ton of the rainbow orbs at the side there, so we can go ahead and do this. AOE straight away from Fusion Zamasu, but obviously Piccolo going to be able to get this build up here. Super Saiyan 3 Goku can be really, really good against Fusion Zamasu, but of course his pre-super defense isn't particularly great, so if he's not dodging the AOEs, he can take a fairly decent chunk of damage. But as we've already seen, right, like post-super, his raw defense can be so high. You know, I mean, 400k from the int Fusion Zamasu super is still a lot, but it's the fact that we're actually able to survive and then carry through into the next turn is definitely very good. We are certainly on very low HP, but of course, if we were playing this again not to showcase Tapion, potentially would have just kept the Super Saiyan 3 Goku on rotation, and we'd have actually been able to get the turn 3 standby because our HP is so low here. That is, of course, you know, assuming that we don't then also get, so, you know, that Super Saiyan 3 Goku in slot 3, we could get supered in slot 3 again and not dodge, and then it will be GG. God Goku, I don't know if he lives a super. After getting off the triple super, he's got the guard. Hopefully he just dodges. There we go. That's all we would prefer to see, right? Because then now God Goku or Super Saiyan 3 Goku will just be tanking for double digits. I mean, look at Goku, 14 million. Now that he's got the links active with that God Goku. That's my Goku. That has 1 dupe. So 14 million attack stat with 1 dupe at 69%. That's pretty good. And then we have Gamma 1. Gamma 1 without any build-up, though, is not really what we want here. Where's the AOE going to be? Of course it's going to be in slot 1. So we will be relying on the dodge again here. Alright, so let's go for... grab these, and then that gives us the 3 rainbows here again for you. And then, do you actually share any links with Gamma 1? Just Fierce Battle, okay. Alright, so am I going to get immediately supered here? The problem with this rotation is that basically nobody does any damage. I think we'll go ahead and pop this. I do kind of want to see how we do against the physical Zamasu as well. Because, yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing much damage here, unfortunately. Tapion with the dodge again. So, I mean, Tapion has definitely been doing what Tapion needs to do if you're going to run him on this event, right? Because it is kind of scary to have to potentially get hit with the AOE, especially when you don't have, you know, you have type disadvantage. He's got no sort of like damage reduction or anything like that, right? His full defensive tech is his ability to dodge. At least we did damage with the super with the crit, but come on, Tapion, you got this. Yes, let's go. Alright, and then obviously with the Yema, we take double digits from a normal. That's not too bad. Yeah, I'll definitely take that. And then Gamma 1. Is he actually going to be able to do damage? Yes, okay, he finishes him off here. Nice. Okay, so. You know, I'm very low HP. Alright, well, let's do this. And see where the super attack is going to be. Because if the super is not in slot 1, Piccolo can get some more build up, which would potentially leave us, if he gets all of the hits that he needs, we could get the heal off with him. See, it is in slot 1. Now, this is where Goku can be the issue, right? Is that in slot 1, pre-super, he is very much like dodge or die, even with his standby. So, if we do this, and then do this, should be able to get a decent amount of HP, but we will take a fair bit of damage from the normals if we don't dodge them. So, let's see. Alright, there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. So there we go. So, observing the opponent, and then here comes Zamasu. The funny thing is, of course, that Goku does have the chance to negate a super from the physical Zamasu, because, of course, he can negate unarmed super attacks, but here goes the Dragon Fist. I mean, this is a good example of why this team, for the specifically the Super Saiyan 3 Goku Movie Heroes team, can be quite good in this event specifically, right? Because both the leaders' type advantage for this final phase can negate his super even if you can't use the standby yet. And then, of course, the standby giving you the ability to guaranteed counter the super. Now, when we first did our Goku versus Zamasu, I remember it being annoying trying to get the counter because he wasn't supering like every turn. So, I wonder if we do, in fact, go ahead and use the standby for the next turn. I suppose we could. I've not done it in a video. I've talked about the fact you could do it. We could do the old reset the app if he's not going to super, because I kind of just want to see more turns of Tapion supporting Goku, because Tapion in this event, like for the first phase, he's going to be decent for the support as long as he's getting the dodges. Now the second phase, of course, when it comes to like the super physical fusion, Zamasu has one of the hardest hitting supers on global. I think it's like Trunks and Omega and him, right, are like the 3 hardest hitting bosses. So of course, if Tapion isn't dodging a super, then he's getting killed by, you know, by fusion Zamasu. But let's see, is there another super? Actually, yeah, let's turn the animation off because we've already had it play out once. Is he supering again? He is not supering again this turn, so there we go. We can go ahead and do that. I've not used it before. I mean, obviously, I've talked about it in previous videos that you can do this, so I suppose we can see it in action. I'm sure there's not anybody that's heard me say that but didn't believe it, but yeah, you can see it in action here now with loading back into the fight. And then, of course, you know, the way I remember back in the day when Dokkan would reset to the start of the turn, regardless of how far through the turn you were. So if you'd already picked up your key and your units were attacking, and then your unit in slot 3 got supered, you could reset the app, like, as long as you didn't die, of course. And then, yeah, you would just go back in. Now, unfortunately, of course, Tapion is not a slot 1 unit, so it doesn't really make any sense to put him in slot 1 just for the sake of, like, oh, let's put him in slot 1 and see if he dodges, because his pre-super defense is really bad as it is anyway. So we'll go ahead and do this. Interested to see if he actually does any sort of reasonable damage. We can get 4 rainbow orbs as well, which would have been nice for if we did have to take any attacks. That's 60% chance to dodge for him. And then Piccolo. I think Piccolo, would he tank a super? I mean, he got the first hit to get the extra buff. I think he would, but we know there's no super coming this turn anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And that's the advantage, right? Is not only do you get to not have to waste the standby, you also know there's no super coming, so we don't have to worry about dying on this turn. 13.5 for this Goku with the support from Tapion and Piccolo. And then we get the additional as well, so 14.6. I mean, I've said it many times in these different videos with him, but Super Saiyan 3 Goku is nothing if not a big damage dealer. So we do love to see that. So yeah, Tapion, I mean, in this run, he's dodged... I mean, he dodged a super from in Zamasu. We had the item active on that turn, but if he hadn't dodged the super, it would have been GG. So I think we can quite safely say that he works very nicely in this sort of setup. So if we do this, I think we should be pretty much guaranteed the W here. And we just do this. No 6 orbs for God Goku, but there's no way Zamasu's alive by the time God Goku is supered anyway. So, I mean, let's be fair. Zamasu's not going to survive Super Saiyan 3 Goku, right? So, as long as Gamma 1 doesn't get supered here. He can negate Zamasu's super, because just like Goku, he can negate the 16.2. Damn, that's the friend who is 90%, 16.2. Like, Goku is all about the damage. So yeah, there you go. The Tapion EZA against Zamasu. Pretty decent overall. Like I say, you're going to be using him on the team as a floating support unit. And I think I talked about this in the video yesterday where we used him on Goku's Movie Heroes team. But Goku having the ability to have the standby and then show you where the super is obviously very beneficial, because if you want to run a unit like Tapion as a support for the team, you can use that standby from Goku with the Scour effect to know where the super is, and then potentially not have to put him in harm's way too much. And then with the other supports, and with Goku, God Goku having over in a flash, the STR Goku and a lot of the other units on the team often don't need much ki. So Tapion creates those rainbow orbs, which connects all of the ki field together, but then it's still very easy to save orbs for him at the end, so he can get a bunch of those rainbow orbs. Because obviously the worst case scenario is like loading in on the first turn against the Int Zamasu and basically having no rainbow orbs on the field, because then you really are putting your fate in the hands of like a 30% chance for him to dodge the AOE, otherwise he'll get crushed. But otherwise, yeah, pretty good. I mean, we used the Yema just for safety on one of those turns, probably didn't even need to, especially because I think that, yeah, that was the turn that Tapion dodged the super. So yeah, Tapion can do pretty well against Fusion Zamasu. I want to try him out against Omega potentially as well. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. But yeah, very solid for a sub EZA. So let me know what you guys think down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.